Hello everyone and welcome to the Friday night slide here at Valvoline Raceway. And I've got to say, this pits is absolutely crammed with race cars, sprint cars, AMCA Nationals and legend cars, and a bit of a country music legend here as well, Stewie.
Yeah, exactly. It's great to have Adam Brand here and looking forward to seeing him back in a legend car. He's driven one once before.
And did a pretty handy job.
He did. He had the Salvation Army on board when he drove that car, so it was a little bit different for Adam doing something like that, but really looking forward to seeing him in the car. But obviously these 50-odd sprint cars and the AMCAs, they always put on some good racing.
Lots of discussion. Can Jamie Veal become the first Victorian ever, and that includes Max, to go hat-trick and main event wins? That's never happened before. Do you think he can do it?
Yeah, I think he can. Chatting to him just earlier on, he's quite confident. He goes, hey, look, we've got a couple of people thinking about us, so they're worried. So he's looking forward to getting out there and having a crack at it.
A lot of interest as well as whether Max can actually finish in front of his son Matt, who's had the wood over him so far.
Yeah, Matty's done an awesome job so far this season, especially running his old man's motor too, because he's waiting to get a new motor. So he's been using Dad's old motor, and it's working for him.
Yeah, it's not a bad old motor, is it? Adam Brand is here, as we said, a good field of legend cars. And you're going to speak to Darrell and Raymond Kime, a father and son AMCA team. The cars look sweet.
Yeah, they do. They've got pink frames on them and everything like that. Father-son combo. Son does all the work on it. And they have a bit of fun and they enjoy their racing and don't mind chatting about it over the dinner table. We're
going to be giving away some up and goes throughout the course of the night as well, thanks to the Bond, Stuart Bond, their team, as well as the Wheat Bix team as well. So a whole lot going on, some great racing. Hope you enjoy the Friday night slide.
We're here with Darrell and Raymond Kime. Darrell, you've been racing AMCAs on Speedway for a lot of years. Why do you race AMCAs?
The division's a really good division. It's not a cheap division. It's got good rules where everybody's even, and that's the best part of the whole deal. And a good bunch of blokes to race with too.
What's it cost to actually build one of these?
This one probably owes me 25 grand, but that's, you know, they do cost more if you want to spend more, but we're going fine. We don't need to spend any more.
It's all about having a bit of fun out there, so you get to do that on most Saturday nights with your son.
Yeah, it's when he beats me, that's when I'll start worrying. At the moment, I'm sort of beating him, but he's picking it up really quick. So it's good racing with him. It's excellent.
Now, Raymond, as we're just saying, talking to your dad, saying about racing against him, what's it like for you racing against your father?
Well, it's been a dream since watching him at the Motordrome, basically growing up there, coming down here, basically travelling up and down the East Coast, just watching. It was just good to finally get my own car and go out and drive.
Does your right foot get heavier when you see Dad just in front of you?
Yeah, it gets heavier when I know he's next to me too, and I can try and get in front of him.
So what's it like to both of you when you're sitting at the kitchen table tomorrow night?
Well, I'm lucky he's got his own place now, so he's not there. But no, we get on really good, and he still spanners my car even though we're here. He studs the tyre pressures, he spanners it, makes it go around. I pay the bills. So there you go.
In saying that, you had a bit of fun coming down. One of the shocks was loose. Was that your car or was that Dad's car?
That was Dad's car. Yeah, mine's... Hopefully I haven't lost anything on the way down, but we'll double check and have a look.
Well, we wish all the best, both of you, tonight, and have some fun out there.
Yeah, we would like to thank our sponsor, DK Kyme Motorsport. That's me, because we don't have anybody else. So if anybody else is keen, please come down and see us.
Glen Kelly, you're another driver of the AMCA division, back here at Valvoline Raceway. You must be looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, mate, first race actually in the car, so looking forward to it, yeah.
Mate, the other thing I've got to ask, it's been a busy weekend for you so far. You've been out at Eastern Creek. Explain what you've been doing out there.
Yeah, no, out at Eastern Creek today, we run a production touring car, BMW. Had not a real good run today. There was a big accident at the start and we never got many laps, but we're back out there to do our enduro race tomorrow. All I have to do is finish the race and I get second in my class in the championship. So,
well, congratulations if that's the case tomorrow, but hey, the eye on the prize is tonight as well, out on the dirt.
Yeah, mate, looking forward to it. I hope I do all right. Yeah, it's going to be different, but looking forward to it.
Do you think you'll have to change your driving style much or not?
Oh, I will have to, yeah. Got to learn you don't pass under brakes in these things. Yeah, no. I drive these probably a little bit more sideways than we like the BMW, but yeah, no, very different driving style.
The other thing I'm going to ask, you don't have to pull a tear off when you're doing bitumen racing. You're going to have to get used to pulling a tear off in one of these.
Yeah, I hope I just don't pull them all off in one hit. But yeah, no, I've had a run in a mod prod here once before, so yeah, I got the tear off bit right.
We wish you all the best for tonight, but also tomorrow.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions bringing us tonight's AMCA A main. John Upston starts on pole. The 92 of Randall on his outside. We're green, 20 on the board. Randall on the outside, Upston fighting back on the inside. Give it to Randall. Kyme trying to work the outside on Upston. That's the 22 of Raymond Kime, the son. Old man Darrell back in the pack. Spinner! Contact, another spinner. Joe Batch got a flat and front right and steering problems on that car. So Raymond Kime starts on the inside front row. Randall on his outside in the Hog's Breath car. Upton in the MI5. Darrell Kyme coming through now in the 25 car. Love the pink nets on these cars as well. Stand out. There's our BMW man in car 2. Glen Kenny. So your race leader is Randall, the 22 of Raymond Kime. His old man's just got up into third. That's Darrell Kyme. Going to be on between the father and son. I can tell you that they enjoy working on each other's race cars. Does the father and son duo. But at the moment, it's all Hog's Breath out in front at the moment of Randall.
Yeah, he's been solid, hasn't he? The Kyme guys running second and third respectively. Upston, then back to the 2 car. The BMW drive compared to the AMCA. How would the differences be there, do you think, Stuart?
Well, I think it'd be very minimal, wouldn't it, Wade?
Yeah.
Not. Oh, 3 wide into turn 1 almost for the race lead.
They're going to come up on Tanya Craig here as well. It's going to get a bit of a rude shock here. Oh, here comes Darrell. Oh!
Look out, son, I'm coming through.
3 wide. Great racing between the Kyme father and son. And they're making ground on Randall here. Look at this. Well, we've seen father and sons converge on a prime rib at Hog's Breath many times.
I think Randall's going to get Kymed.
Look at this. What a battle. Oh, oh, oh. Randall got it sideways. It's starting to slick right off. Great to have video Russ on our team, filming the upstairs camera angle along with Will Liston, the Madman, and the Rich Rowley, as well with the OB team of the lambchop.com.
Daniel.
PA Pete involved as well, and Daniel starting to get our act together. By Christmas, we're going to be on fire.
Not literally.
Speaking of this man, starting to get away just a bit now. Darrell Kyme trying to fight back. A lot of Newcastle people here tonight. A lot of people, I'm sure, looking to catch up. Oh, what is the go with that?
Something not right on that front wheel.
Was it that, or did he hit some moisture or something?
No, it didn't look right though, did it?
It just tightened up. Huge.
So it's as if Randall seen the 22 or the 25 and said, I'm going to check out. And that's what he's done right now.
10 laps remaining in your AMCA National main event. Track has got plenty of options. Low side, high side. Probably not good to go the middle. They're not overly endowed with big horsepower, these cars, which is really what makes you have to drive them very carefully and try to get the most out of them. Keep them straight, don't lose too much ground, and keep your momentum up as best you can.
So Raymond Kime is in second. His old man Darrell back there in third. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Car spun in turn 3 and 4.
Oh, look at that. Very nice. Through the fence. Like looking over the neighbour's fence, really, isn't it? Here we go. Now, what was going on there? Randall got back. Kyme had the lead momentarily and has it again. So Raymond Kime. Now Randall coming back on the inside. Darrell Kyme in third. Upston in fourth. Just watching that 2 car of Glen Kenny wonder if he's related to... Probably not. I know where I'm going with that, and I'm not going to go with it. I was saying Glen Kenny. He might be an Iron Man. Oh, the Kyme boys still side by side. They'll be loving this. Still holding on is Randall, but only by the barest of margins. You could throw an avocado prime rib over this field. Wow.
Could even throw a New York steak over it.
The Tex-Mex combo.
Or maybe a barramundi.
I'm getting awfully hungry. Upston still in fourth.
Could we recite the menu for Hawkesbury?
5.5 laps to go.
Oh, Disco would be happy if that was the case.
Oh, look at this. They're getting around the 38 carat gain. She moves to the bottom and stays out of the way. Darrell Kime gets a good run this time. That was sublime. Do you think it's time? Here he comes again. Kime up the inside. Randall trying to pinch the line off.
He's just doing it time after time.
Bit of Sydney Lauper action. Lap 17 of 20. Oh, he's washed up track. Kyme will get him here. Very good run. Just unfortunately, Randall got up in the slime. And Kyme was able to get through that time.
Randall gets a better run out of 4 that time.
He's coming back at him. 3 laps to go. No, Darrell Kyme, wily character, this bloke.
He gets a good run out of 2 every time, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Randall spun almost. It's going to be a 1-2.
Wow.
Possibly.
What a...
I'm covering myself.
What a moment. This is good stuff. 1.5 laps to go for the Kyme boys. All the way for the Hunter Valley. And the Friday night slide. Didn't you speak to those guys earlier tonight?
That we did.
Good work.
They want to talk to us every week.
Last lap. What a job. Father and son team first and second. Randall will be filthy. Bring him home, Stewie.
Oh, Randall's coming. Darrell Kime takes the win. Raymond Kime's going to hold on for second. And Randall home for third. Upston in fourth. Good racing there by the AMCAs tonight. There's your feature winner, Darrell Kime, climbing up on the side of the car. Good job.
Now when I was a young boy, at the age of 5, my mother said I was gonna be the greatest man alive. I'm a man. I'm a natural born lover's man. I'm a man child. I'm a rolling stone.
Welcome back to, it's not Parramatta City Raceway anymore, mate, it's Valvoline Raceway.
Oh, I tell you what, it looks fantastic too. I'm so stoked to be back here.
How'd you wake up this morning, mate?
Bright and early, about 4 a.m. I got to sleep about 2 a.m, so I was like, all right, I'm ready, come on. You know?
Are you nervous?
No, not really nervous. I'm just excited. You know, I mean, you've known me for a lot of years, you know, and I grew up from the age of 3 years old going to Speedway in Perth. So for me, coming to the Speedway just brings back all these childhood memories, brings back all these great memories, all these feelings of excitement and you know, the fact that I actually get to go out there and have a little play in the legend cars tonight is just an absolute cherry on the top bonus.
It's almost cherry coloured.
It's
purple.
It's a great little car, you know, and I don't know how I'm going to go, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm just going to have a great time.
Well, you went very well the last time here. You had to be happy the way you went 2 years ago.
I spun out of my own, and you haven't even stopped, you know, paying out on me for that.
So there's a chance you could do it again tonight, but you adapted pretty quickly.
Look, if you're a betting man, bet on it happening. But look, I did really enjoy it. I loved it. You know, these little cars, they really handle like little go-karts. You know, so you just go out there and blast around, and the category seems to be growing. You know, there's a whole lot of cars out there, and they look pretty serious.
How about all these familiar faces, but not familiar faces in the sprint car ranks?
I know. All it's doing is making me feel very old right now. Just spoke to Sammy Walsh, who was in my second ever video clip back in '99, who was this tall and about this thin, and what a sweet little kid he was. Now he's like a monster. So yeah, look, but it's really cool, mate. And I suppose that's what being part of a family's all about, that no matter how long you go away for, how far you're apart, but when you come back together, it's like you've never left, and that's what it feels like here tonight.
You're staying at the beautiful McCure Sydney Parramatta?
Yeah, that's a bit of a bonus, hey? It's a huge bonus. I get to come away, come to Speedway racing, and stay in a schwanky place. I mean,
schwanky, I've never thought about it. It's our favourite place to crash.
Yes, I don't want to crash tonight. Don't put the mocker on.
What's the plan?
The plan is to go out there and turn left occasionally and... Occasionally.
Do that a lot.
And try not to be pointing the other way and just have fun, mate. That's what the Speedway's all about. That's what we've been coming to the Speedway since we were kids for. And I don't think it changes. Even old fellas like you coming here for a great time.
Well, here with Todd Davey, the driver of the number 3 Weet-Bix car. Todd, welcome to Valvoline Raceway, and it's been a busy day for you, I believe.
It has, mate. Yeah, it's been a busy week actually. We had our third kid born on Wednesday, emergency caesarean. So little Bay Davey, he was born on Wednesday, and it's been a busy day. Yeah, they've let Mum come home today, but he's going to be in the hospital for probably about another week at the moment. So he's doing well, but yeah, he's got to stay in there for a little bit longer.
So as all fathers know, how did you get a leave pass?
Well, yeah, mate, I'm very lucky actually. Anita and I have been married about 10 years, and it seems like she's not a huge motorsport fan, but slowly she's coming around, and she said, no, that's fine. We tore the car up pretty good last time we were here, so she was happy for us to come back down and try and reprieve ourselves.
Now you've got Weet-Bix on the side. Tell us how that came about.
Yeah, Weet-Bix on the car about 2 and a bit years ago. I started working for Sanitarium, and one of a few of the guys at Sanitarium are pretty big motorsport fans, and they were also quite interested in Speedway and looking for a way that they might be able to support the Speedway when we told them a bit about it. So they were more than happy to put the Weet-Bix on the car, and like Stewie's got up and go in his car. So this year last year we sort of did our own thing. This year we're trying to present more as a sort of Sanitarium team and get a bit more exposure for the up and go and the Weet-Bix brands.
Where did you racing start?
I started in go-karts when I was 7.5. I got my first go-kart, bought it off Ian Blackdown in Blackdown Kart Centre back then, and basically raced karts for 22 years. But I've always loved Speedway, always wanted to come and race Speedway, and when the Legend Car class started, it really gave us a affordable way to sort of come and race Speedway, but in something that's still pretty fast, getting around the track.
Did you realise how much fun they were actually going to be?
I mean, I expected it, but no, I did tar karting, so I wasn't other than coming and watching for years, I wasn't really that familiar with racing on dirt. That added a really exciting element. But yeah, they had so much fun, we just have an absolute ball.
Another one of our stars in the Speedway Legend Cars Australia is Stuart Bond, and one of the better looking race cars. Tell us about your car.
Car sponsored by Up and Go. I actually work for Sanitarium, and our CEO is a bit of a petrol head. He's got himself a little Charger that he zooms around in, so he's happy to sponsor the car, and had that sponsorship for 3 years now. So
do you sample a bit of Up and Go before you go out onto the racetrack?
I need something, mate. Anything to make me go quicker, I'll take.
Now explain these little cars. Tell us about the horsepower and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Legend Car's about 140 horsepower. I think there's about 3,000 or 4,000 of them raced in the States, so they're a proven formula that's been around for a long time. We copy those same rules and regulations, and it's a great little formula. Very close racing and very even cars.
So how did you get involved in racing one of these Legend cars?
Yep. Used to race Speedway go-karts for about 10 years. Looking for something different. My dad came down and saw the demo races probably about 3 years ago. Thought it would be something great to get into, and ended up having a come and try day, and loved it. So it's a very cheap way to race. Fantastic.
They do say they're very similar to driving a go-kart because your bum's very close to the ground.
It is close. They probably don't handle as well as a go-kart, so they're a bit of a beast to drive. But in terms of cost, it probably costs less to race these than it does a go-kart, so very cheap.
Just in the background, you've got your crew helping on the car at the moment, very family-based team.
Yep, my dad looks after the car, and he does all the work on it. My wife comes down, obviously supports me. We've even got my father-in-law and a couple of other helpers here tonight. So, yeah, it's a great night for everyone to come out and enjoy themselves.
Well, you better head to the Esky and go and get it up and go and enjoy your night.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Stuart.
So McClintock and Rawlings on the front row, Wilmington, Giffen, third row Mabry and Morris, fourth row Ferrugia and Heaton, Brett Morris and Brett Mitchell on the fifth row, Smee and Davey, Heaton, Jones, Adam Brand, or Davis out of 15, Adam Brand out of position 16. Got some work to do, Adam Brand. Then we go back to Cook, Mackenzie, Peterson, Elliott out of 20th. Then we go to Alderson, Keane, Mock, Fenson and Jones down the back of the bus. Blackjack will complete the jigsaw. 20 is the distance. McClintock on pole. Wilmington on the inside in car 89. Young Brendan Wilmington having a crack. Brandy's got a good start run on the top. Can he pick some cars off?
Heaton a good run up the inside, picks himself up into second. No, make that fourth. That's how competitive this class is. Rawlings back to the outside. As you said, Wilmington's got some talent.
He has.
Ferrugia around the outside. And you've got Smee in there as well, watching the 8 car. If Adam was smart, he'd stick himself to the back of Brett Mitchell here.
Correct. Just follow him. Just go, yep, I'm staying on you the whole way around. Well,
if he's got the kahunas to go with him.
He's your mate, you should know.
Hey, I've never seen them.
Oh, no! Todd Davey just might have touched. Brett Morris and spun him around. We're staying green. Come on, Brett. Fire it back up. Get going. Look out. So I wonder if the booers are booing or cheering because he got spun.
Probably both.
So this is the A main for the Legend cars. Do we get that going? In the A main for the Legend cars. Greg Ferrugia trying to make his way through the field. Look at Brett Mitchell on the top side, nearly 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Challenge for the race lead. It's Heaton in the 26 on the bottom side, Wilmington in the blue and yellow 89 on the top side. So Brand is running in about 11th or 12th position. That's Adam Brand. Race leader Heaton, loose out of 4. McClintock gets a good run, him and Wilmington banging wheels. As we've got trouble for Brett Morris coming out at 4. What a race up front this one is. Heaton, your race leader. Wilmington goes back to the inside of McClintock. McClintock back there in third. McClintock gets a run out of 4. Takes over second, puts Wilmington back to third. Wilmington gets in underneath McClintock. Side by side out of turn 2. This is the second position. They keep racing like this. Heaton's just going to pull away. He hasn't got away yet. So Wilmington now, he's solid in second spot. McClintock in third. Rawlings in the 34. Todd Davey coming through in the Weet-Bix number 3. Had a big week. Wilmington slowing a little bit out of turn 2. Something gone amiss on the 89 car. He went from second to 5th. Brand almost inside the top 10. So Heaton, still your race leader. Rawlings in second. Todd Davey now moves up to third. McClintock running in the middle part of the racetrack. Davey on the bottom, making it work in the 3. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Adam Brand has spun the 7. There's Adam in the purple and yellow number 7. The car got out from underneath him in that slick part of the racetrack. Is there any contact with anybody? Does Greg Morris just tag him? Yes, he does. But everybody else avoided Adam Brand. How about putting hands together, ladies and gentlemen? Adam Brand, I think he's done a pretty good job tonight.
Very, very quick, that number 26 car. Because there's a couple of them from different territories and states. Davis is the other one. Wilmington, very solid. Oh, look at Harley Smee on the inside there.
Todd Davey on the top side in car 3. As I said, he's had a big week. So
Oh, who was that sideways then?
Not sure. Heaton though. He's got Rawlings on his outside in car 34. Rawlings trying to take over the race lead. Heaton fights back on the inside. McClintock in third. Davey in fourth. Brett Mitchell back there in car 8 trying to wheel it on the top side. Here comes Wilmington now.
And Ferrugia. He's in that big draft as well.
Yeah.
Got about an 8-car battle for the lead here.
Who needs Daytona?
Look at this. Mitchell's coming, Stewie. The 8-car is coming on the outside. You just got Davey on the low side. Heaton in there with Rawlings. Such good racing to watch every time they roll out. And Griffin too. In the 81 car on the outside. Great racing.
And Mitchell's just a little, he's half a car higher than everybody else.
And keeping it so very straight. Lap 12 of 20 about to come your way. And Brett Mitchell to the outside. Great racing.
Remember, he's flying to Thailand in the morning.
And there's 8 cars in this lead pack. Oh, Heaton got the door closed, didn't he?
And the key thrown away.
Down the inside comes Davey again. The weak fix car. 3 wide down into turn 3. Well done.
I'll put milk and sugar on that thing.
Rawlings. Now, under siege from Griffin. Heaton in that 3rd spot. Mitchell in the 4th spot. Ferrugia, Smee, Davey and Wilmington. Brandy be spewing he's not in this. Rawlings again.
Impressed with Harley Smee in this one. He's just the best race I reckon I've seen him drive.
Rawlings again, nothing in it here. Ferrugia. Rawlings again. Heaton, he can't get through, Stewie.
He's trying.
Look at Smee.
Smee work on the bottom side.
Ferrugia in there as well.
So McClintock takes over the race lead again. Mitchell bump drafts him in the middle of 1 and 2.
Lap 15 of 20, the next one to lock in. Smee and Ferrugia. Look at
car
that.
off on the outside of turn 2. Touches the tyre wall.
No. Keep going.
There's a car stopped on the outside of turn 2. We need to go yellow.
What a shame. What a shame.
Oh, get off the gas, boys. Thank you. So McClintock starts on pole. On his outside is Rawlings. Mitchell gets a good start. Try to get a good start. Heaton on the inside in the 26. Mitchell to the DOS. Spinner. Carnage everywhere. In turn 2.
And it got awfully crowded down that low side, didn't it?
Yeah, so Smee, just Bond had nowhere to go.
Oh, that's the up and go car, got up and stopped. Oh, and they still keep coming in. Lights are out, back underway with 6 laps remaining in an always entertaining legend car. Main event, still watch that outside second row where the 8 car of Mitchell is lurking. Heaton up the inside. Davey in the middle of it. The 11 car is coming on too pretty nicely, thank you very much.
Yeah, Warren Mabry. Just watched young Wilmington and Ferrugia bang wheels on that initial start. I tell you who's come through the field a little bit. Car 2, the red and white one, Paul Jones. He started dead last.
Wilmington up the inside. He's doing a nice job, the teenager, alongside Davey. Look at Mitchell again in the number 8 car. Sets up the outside groove on Rawlings. Can't quite get it done. And we have 4 laps to go. Wilmington now on the inside.
That's McClintock. Your race leader, Heaton in 2nd. Rawlings 3rd. Mitchell 4th. Davey in 5th. Wilmington coming on the inside. Brett Mitchell.
Ooh, a rare mistake from Brett there.
Yeah, that car got out from underneath him. Oh, race leader McClintock off the racetrack. That's opened up the door for Heaton. Going into 1. 2.5 remaining in a very entertaining A-main for the legend cars.
Yeah, time's starting to run out, that's for sure. My mistake, I thought the 81 car was actually Giffen, our race leader, the 81, but there's, oh! Off the racetrack goes Heaton. So hopefully, he'll be out of harm's way. Can we keep going? So the 81 in. So Stewie, I thought it was Giffen.
My apologies. Why was I thinking it was McClintock?
I've done it all night myself, so I completely understand. Robbie Rawlings in second, Brett Mitchell in third, Joe Ferrugia in fourth. Back to Braden Wilmington, back to Todd Davey. And Paul Jones just had the big run from well back. Checker flag is out. Great job from Bradley Giffen in the 81. Rawlings second, Mitchell third.
Unsurpassed protection for today's hotter running, higher compression engines. Valvoline with next-gen technology. Made with 50% recycled motor oil. Finally, performance meets environment. We'll make a tree hugger out of you yet.
Jack Lee from Terang up here at Valvoline Raceway. You must be looking forward to racing here again.
Yeah, pretty pumped, Stu. Always love getting up here and having a bit of fun and seeing some good friends, so pretty excited, yeah.
You contested the opening round back here for round number 3. Just the way this racetrack is, it suits your driving style, I believe.
Pretty much, yeah. So we got pretty good engines. We're good with time trials, so hopefully we can have that to our advantage. And yeah, nice big cushion, get up on it, and yeah, it's something that I enjoy.
Now just talk about your car, what chassis, engine, all that kind of stuff.
So Maxim chassis always have Inglis race engines through Scotty, awesome to deal with. That's about it, pretty good package, and Gleno doing all our shocks, so got it rolling pretty good.
And what do you get up to during the week back down there in the southwest of Victoria?
Mainly harvest at the moment, Stewie. It's full noise, so I really shouldn't be here. I'm in a bit of trouble for it, but that's where I was the other week, just working. So just a harvest, silage, silly season.
Just explain what that is, because I reckon half the people probably wouldn't even know what harvesting or silage is.
Yeah, so just cutting the grass and make it into round bales for cattle and cows and stuff like that at the moment.
So spending long hours out on the tractors?
There's been a few. If I'm home by 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm having a good one. So no, it's all good fun.
How's the old man going? He was an ex-Formula 500 racer, then you stepped into Formula or Junior Sedans. You had a Mini at one stage, and then you jumped into the Formula 500s, now you stepped into these.
Yeah, so it's been a good path. Pretty much just followed what he's done, and he's actually here tonight to watch. He's got to send the truck back home with stuff we've got to do next week with SRA in the Glenora car. So all this stuff's staying up here, but he's taking the truck home after tonight. So yeah, he's here.
Good to have you up here, mate. We wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, Blake Skipper, how long have you been around this Speedway caper? All your life, I guess?
Yeah, pretty much since I was like 2 weeks old, I think it was. So 21 years solid and not going away yet. So.
What do you remember most about your dad's racing?
Not much, because I was so young, but I remember travelling around with him when he had more support with sponsors and doing the Easter Trail down in Victoria and the Classic and running a lot down south and mainly running Parramatta when the days were strong here, just like they're getting back to now.
He's done a lot for the sport, hasn't he, both in administration and also in racing?
He sure has. He's now president of the Wingless Club and vice president of the Sprintcar Club, so he's taking a lot on board and trying to turn the sport around in a lot of different ways.
What do you love most about racing?
Going fast pretty much, and just hanging out with my mates on the weekend at the track, and just it's an awesome sport to be involved family wise and friends wise, and it just doesn't get any better than that.
And you met the girl you love here?
Yep, she's probably the best thing that's happened to me in the last 2 years, without a doubt. Couldn't do most of the things I do without her, and she's a massive boost to my confidence when I get down, which is every Saturday night at the moment, so she's been a good support.
And she designed your race car?
She did. She's done a great job for the second or third year, I think it's been, so she's helped with the cost of that, and she's made the car look really good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. What is it you love about apart from the speed, about driving a sprint car? Just explain to me what that's like.
The closeness, wheel to wheel, obviously being open wheel, just how close we get to the other cars, and the speeds and the car control, and just that the track changes every single lap, and you just got to be on top of your game all the time.
You didn't think about racing wingless cars with Michaela?
I started in the wingless division. This is my 4th year in sprint car, and I started wingless for 2 years. Wasn't my best racing decision, but it was a good stepping stone for me, seeing I didn't race karts or any of that. was my first real race car, so it was a really good stepping stone and learning curve for me.
What about racing with your dad? I guess that's pretty cool. Did you always dream of doing that?
It's always been the biggest dream of mine was to race against Dad, and last year was the highlight of my career when I got to put him a lap down in the feature race. So that was good for my self-confidence.
What do you go like watching Michaela race?
She's a bit of a nerve-wracking driver to watch, but she's...
Explain.
She doesn't give in to anyone, and she gives it her best of her ability all the time. So she's always good to watch, but nerve-wracking at the same time.
You've watched Valvoline Raceway / Sydney Speedway / PCR ever since you grew up. There's been a lot of changes this year.
It has. It's definitely a massive step in the right direction. The new promotion with Steve Green and Barry Waldron, they're doing excellent things here, and the sport's really turned around in the last even 2 months. So it's been a really good step in the right direction for the sport, and this place is definitely going in the right direction.
What's your ambition this year, Blake?
Hopefully just to run strong in the next few weeks and get some good results, and hopefully run with all the Americans over Christmas time and put some good fast laps in with everyone.
For as long as there have been engines, there's been a guy under the hood, looking for a few more horses. And Valvoline was right there too, creating the next great oil for the next great engine. From the world's first high-mileage oil to the first synthetic blend. We introduced motor oil back in 1866, and we've been reinventing it ever since. Valvoline, 140 years under the hood.
Inside 4th row, Troy Little alongside her, Danny Reedy, Alex Orr, Ronnie Balboa and Sammy Walsh, Warren Ferguson, James Thompson, Max Johnston, Paul Jeffrey. Let's get dirty for 30! Green is imminent! Valvoline Raceway, Sprint Car main event, let's go!
Gio kept a real close eye on Jamie Veal as he come down the back straight into turn 1. He was just hanging on, you can see he's pulling the belts down. Here comes Max on the bottom side into 3. Couldn't quite get it done. Veal, he just looked so composed in that race car on that first start. Max is in second, third is DC, Marty Perovich in fourth. Then we go back to Robbie Farr, Jordan Brazier, Troy Little.
Alex Orr checked up a bit, Stewie. Lost a lot of ground, trying to get the car squared up. A lot of traffic further back. Atkinson couldn't get through. He had Cross and Lee side by side. Matt Dumpsey too, with a very tight race car in the 57.
Yeah, Sammy Walsh in front of him hit the cushion and unsettled the car. Then that made Matt react. Look at Robbie Farr trying to go around Geordie Brazier on the top side. Marty trying to get around Campbell on the top side in 3 and 4. Race leader, Jamie Veal down the back straight. The last lap car just entering turn 4 now. They're going to be in lap traffic real quick. So you got Veal running the top. Max is running the bottom. Campbell in third running the bottom. Marty running the top. Troy Little running the bottom. And then we go back to Geordie and Farry.
I'm getting the feeling the cushion is starting to work for Marty Perovich. Robbie down low on Brazier on the back wheel.
Bit of smoke wheel stand, just then. A lot of smoke starting to come out of Veal's car now on the left-hand side. Hopefully it's just a little bit of excess oil. You don't know though. He's in lap traffic now. Track's starting to slicken off on the entry into turn 3.
Lap number 7 of 30. Veal out in front, but not by a huge amount. Dumpsey works the bottom. Veal running on the cushion. Back in third is Campbell. Little now. Had a bit of a look on Marty Perovich. Marty got back just then to cover his ground.
Here comes Max.
Dumpsey will get Veal on the inside. Veal will come back to the cushion. Max will work the bottom all day, every day. But look at the traffic they've got to deal with. Dumpsey is your leader. Second is Veal. Third is Campbell. Fourth is Little. Fifth is Perovich. Sixth is Farr. Seventh is Brazier. Eighth is Linnigan. Ninth is Danny Reedy.
Campbell and Troy Little, they're having a great battle for third position. Here comes Veal on the top side in 3 and 4. Max on the bottom. Veal gets caught up behind Jeremy Cross. Now Max has got 2 cars in between. Brook goes off the racetrack in front of your race leader. Brook's starting down to the outside of 1 and 2. Max Dumpsey, your leader, he's pulled away to about a 10-car length lead over Veal.
Danny Reedy, fire again from Balboa. Just a flash fire of the 70. Kelly Linnigan doing a great job to hold out Danny Reedy as well.
Veal coming back on Max. The big mover in this right now is Troy Little. He's only 3-car lengths away from second place car Jamie Veal. Little on the bottom side, Veal on the top. Troy Little has got this 98 car working nice on the bottom.
Veal
Veal back round the top side.
Veal back on the outside with Max. Nothing in it as they go to 3. Veal up on the cushion, Dumpty down low. They come back on the traffic of Johnson. Veal back to the top on Max. Rails him around the outside. 17.5 to go. Max back on the bottom. Nothing in it. And somehow Nash avoided all that as he headed to the pit.
I tell you who would have got a fright was Max Johnson. They went either side of him. Veal on the top side, Max on the bottom. This has been the race so far this summer.
Atkinson has not made the impact he would have hoped. He's going to go a lap down with a few more if he's not very lucky. Veal on the inside of fellow Victorian Jack Lee. Max is probably about 4 or 5 car lengths behind now. Little selling in third. Campbell, his best result in a long time. And Robbie Farr working the inside, trying to run down this top 4. Veal back on the bottom.
Half race distance, 15 gone, 15 remaining. So Veal, the track's clear for him on the top at the moment, but he's gone to the bottom. You can tell the track started to flicken off majorly. A little bit of dust starting to form, but that's what the racers want. So it's happening out in front. Veal over Max Dumpsey. Third is Troy Little. Fourth is Darrell Campbell. Fifth is Robbie Farr running the top. Sixth is Marty Perovich. Then we go back to Jordan Brazier, then Kelly Linigan, James Thompson, Toby Balboen with a spoken motor again. Danny Reedy trying to get around the top side of Balboen.
Or off the racetrack in the 43. Oh, Max is going to get more. Oh, my goodness. No. And Max turns it and we'll go yellow. Oh, that was just brutal. Veal got off the racetrack. He tried to come back on. It shut the door on Max. He had nowhere to go. Replay coming up on the screen. Here's the incident. Veal came off the racetrack, came back on it, tried to protect his position, and Max had nowhere to go but to spin it. Shuey, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it certainly is. That was a hell of a race by Veal and Max, and just obviously went over there and had a quick look at Max's car. There's no damage to it, but a fair bit of radiator coolant coming out of it.
How good to see the Valvoline 5 up there and cranking. He's going to have to go to the rear now. That's the devastating part. If you spin out and stop, you have to go to the rear. Here's another angle of it. This is where Veal comes back on the track. He just got off the edge on the lip and he shut the door. And Max had to throw the car sideways. I thought he might have caught it then. And here's where he thought, no point trying to gas it up. There's too many cars.
Yeah, look how close they are.
So you look at Little up behind Lee just then. This is going to put Troy Little for Stephen Lynch into position 2. Away we go. Veal will not be caught on the restart. Campbell goes to the bottom. Barry goes to the cushion. Comes after Campbell. Little! Troy Little passes Veal on the outside. You are joking. What a pass from Little. Veal, situation normal, says, are you right?
Yeah, excuse me, I own this place, not you.
Troy says, forget that. I'm coming back at you. Campbell third, Farr fourth, Perovich fifth, Thompson, Linigan into the top 5, Reedy back to Balboen, Frazier, and Atkinson. And we have 10.5 laps to go.
Gee, you've got to applaud Troy Little. He'd given everything on that first opening lap on the restart. But then Jamie Veal said, I'm owning this place. I want the 3. So Veal's out in front and he's got a real clear racetrack in front of him with 10 to go. Troy Little's still there in second. Campbell's in third. That's Darrell Campbell. Fourth is Robbie Farr. Fifth is Marty Perovich. Sixth is Kelly Linigan. Then we go back to James Thompson and Danny Reedy having a good battle. Toby Balboen, Benny Atkinson, Sammy Walsh, Jordan Brazier, Warren Ferguson, Tunksy, Matty Dumpsey. Then we go to Jeffrey, Jackson Delamont, Max Dumpsey, Jack Lee, Gary Rook, and Alex Orr and Max Johnson. That's how the cars run with Jamie Veal coming up onto the back of Alex Orr with 8 to go.
Lap 24 of 30. Veal has plenty of clear track over Little. Campbell still in third. Farr watching further back. Atkinson running around the outside of Walsh as Thompson slips by the inside on Toby Balboen in the number 70 car. Up to turn number 1. Reedy been running the cushion. Linigan's been making the most of the lower groove. And Veal has skipped away, has the length of the main straight over Little. But you got to say, a really impressive drive from Troy Little as Robbie Farr comes after Campbell, trying to get himself up on the podium in the 7.
Yeah, you want to see the dive bombs going into turn 3. It's obviously better than what turn 1 is, but gee, the boys have thrown it in hard, and the girls, because Kel's out there doing a good job. Now Max is making his way through the field. He's still got a few cars to catch up to the race leader, but wow, he's passing some cars.
Now Veal goes by Rook, threads the needle through the middle. The hat-trick is looking imminent, and ironically, he's looking to maybe put a lap down on Max. He passes his start that. He laid up a little bit on him then. Max gets back by Brazier. Veal trying to pick his way through. 2.5 laps to go this time by.
Fari on the top side in 1 and 2. Campbell on the bottom. Robbie Farr's coming in the Q7. Going to the bottom in 3 and 4.
It hasn't worked for him on the top though in the last 5 or 6 attempts in turn 1. It's just not enough to lean on. Little, if anything, is coming back to both Campbell and Robbie Farr. We have 1 lap to go, and Jamie Veal looking to write his name in the history books, Stewie.
Yeah, exactly right, the SWI Engineering. One car seems very loud going down that front straight in the top 3. I'm not sure who it was. Here he is, the real deal, Jamie Veal, through turns 3 and 4. Oh, it's Troy Little, he's blowing the left rear tyre. The muffler's come off, and that's what made the left rear tyre go. He's run over his own muffler, and he has spun to a stop in the middle of 3 and 4. The checkers have been waved. Not sure where that ends up. So Jamie Veal, if we go back a lap, Jamie Veal wins. Darrell Campbell will be second. Troy Little is gutted. He's out of the race car.
Come on, Valvoline Raceway. How about it? But Jamie Veal climbing up on the back of the car. There it is, history. 3 in a row.